Hey over there, Joe Lunchbox.
And Joy Nightingale.
And today we have landed right here in Arden, Delaware. We're a stone's throw away of Wilmington, halfway between Wilmington and Philadelphia, I'd say. And we have a treat for you. In case you don't know, my name is Joe Lunchbox. It's a stage name. I got it from doing sideshow. I love the odd, I love the bizarre. My beautiful wife married into it. She performs too. And so anytime we get to bring you to an oddity shop, some weird kitschy thing, we have to do it and we have to bring you. So we are standing in front of a spot called the Oddporium. Part oddities, part emporium, makes the Oddporium. Store, museum, all that good stuff. All creepy, all weird, all fun. The stuff we love to bring you to. And that's the subject for today's video. We are going to go check out the Oddporium. It should be great. We love that you're choosing to come along on this venture. If you like this kind of stuff, we always appreciate if you like the video. If you haven't done it yet, subscribe to the channel. Comment down below. Do you have any oddities yourself? If you do, what do you have in your collection? I'm her oddity. Oh, I get it. But I think it's time to do it. Step right up. Let's go for this ride. So right on the corner of Grub Road and Marsh Road, we turn around, and here it is. Don't be fooled by the steaks and subs. There it is. Oddporium, the gallery of the peculiar and the bizarre. Strange items for eccentric people. That's me, Joy, that's me. One day I could say I'm an eccentric person. I learned if you're poor, you're just crazy. Once you have money, then you're allowed to be eccentric. So right now I'm just crazy. Very cool sign, classic like Halloween decoration, making the imagery. Just from the outside, this spot looks cool. Figured let's check out the outside before we go in. Any spot that takes the time to detail their parking things with Ouija boards, I like it. We heard there's some secrets around the back. Oh man, already. Old Cadillac hearse. Yep, this is cool. Cool creative people are one of my favorite things in the world. Look, they have their own graveyards. John Pratt. I love the mannequins, the statues with it. Now I have to be honest, I have no clue if this was a graveyard. Did they just, when people, there's typos in tombstones, they can't use them obviously, so they could sell them off. I don't know if these are typo tombstones, but in their yard, there's the shop. Cool little sculptures and mirrors and a graveyard. We have a hearse and a graveyard. We haven't even gone in. This is cool. This is gonna be real good. Most of the magnets usually have like the stickers have the state or the town. There's this RIP. Oh, comes with the casket. Do you think the casket comes with the body?
I hope not.
Just walking in, the spot looks awesome.
She's mad. I'm Ken Schuler. This is Beth.
I'm Beth. Hi.
This is my wife. No, poor microwaves and iPads. We own the Oddporium.
Yes.
Very cool.
Located here in Arden, Delaware. It's not a cult.
Out there.
There's only 2 bodies out there. Well,
Maybe 3.
one body and some pieces. Oh wait, no, Johnny's out there too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot.
Always forget about the
Johnny and someone else. Who else?
But are those the tombstones or are those tombstones just typos?
Those are typos. I'm supposed to go look at more tombstones today. The tombstones had the tombstones dropped and the ground was soft.
It's raining.
She dropped them right next to the road. So me and my buddy in a Harbor Freight hand truck moved them all over there.
How did you start this spot? What's the history of the store?
Well, back in the day, 2013, I used to work for a steel mill. The steel mill closed. The 4th out of 5 generations that ran a mill business out of here.
Okay.
My great uncle Harry came down from Germantown, Philly, built this room and the room upstairs, and started a candy shop out basically in the middle of the intersection. And then slowly just kept building things. And this was a porch, and my great uncle, who's in the cabinet down there, cutting hair actually in this corner in 1936. So
You see him cutting hair?
yeah, yeah. So that's him. One of the newspaper articles, and then there's another one over there. When he passed at 101, I was the last of the generations, so it came on. So when the mill closed down, it was originally going to be a photography studio. This was going to be the office, shooting back there, put in a powder room dress. And I've always collected funerary. So I used to break into abandoned asylums and stuff like that.
Me too.
Just had a collection of funerary, all kinds of stuff, and put a cabinet in here while we were working on it. Why? Would you come to a store like this? Oh, hell yeah. So
how much is a store and how much is a museum?
Lizzie's not for sale. That was our first skeleton. She's all tucked in the corner there behind Spike. Amelia, the cycloptic pig.
She is 1 in 16 now.
No Face, and Belial, the symbiotic twin pig.
Great name for the symbiotic twin pig.
That's from Basket Case.
Yeah.
And then they're not for sale. Lizzie's not for sale. And we wanted to bring them out, and helps if you. Oh, forgot this first. That is the gentleman that
Taxidermied her.
taxidermied her. And this is a special travel case. It was made for her to go around to the sideshows. And then it has all the information of when he got her, when he put her together, and so yesterday we were trying to get her out of the case, and I'm pulling on it, and I can't. It won't come up, and I'm straightening out the front, thinking maybe it's pinched and all that. And after about 20 minutes, I had headlight on and I was looking straight down, so I kind of leaned back, and then I saw that there was a wing nut for shipping holding her down. So she's got a little condition issue.
So she has two heads. She could have a split two ears.
Exactly. Exactly. But
That's incredible.
she's not for sale. Yes.
We should find a way to get a car in here.
Just look at this. This is an amazing store.
Carbon tetrachloride.
Yes.
There we go. Now you got her on the show.
Okay.
And don't
Now she's
forget your
excited.
radium glass.
So this is an alarm. Officer Teddy. Chain. 3 fire extinguishers there, 2 there. Now, this is known as carbon tetrachloride. That solder weld bracket one, at 130 degrees in the event of a fire, it extinguishes them. It will release. Now, 1 carbon, 4 chlorine surrounding it. Carcinogenic to begin with. 1 carbon, 4 chlorine, the lowest structure in chemistry defines the secondary change in the molecular structure when in contact with flame. You wing this into a fire, it becomes phosgene gas as a secondary change in the molecular structure. It puts out a fire grate and you wake up dead. This is a true story. So we would never steal these out of an abandoned building, ever. Because the asbestos abaters at Marlboro Psychiatric, which we did demo photography for, what they were doing is they were throwing them at each other, which is carcinogenic. Stupid. But God forbid it's in contact with flames, it becomes phosgene gas. That's bad.
Not for the fire.
Yeah.
Yeah. And flame fire, yeah, it puts it out, and it makes you wonder what they cared about, whether they cared about the buildings or the people. And
But it's funny, it's just like asbestos. It's one of the best things to insulate, except it's asbestos.
it is. And you can eat it. You shouldn't breathe it. This light is off for a reason. Believe it or not, they counterfeit glass. Like old bottles. They are really counterfeited. That sounded silly, but it went to what was it? It was, anyway, it was a store. And this lady had an old bottle, and she's like, it's only $400. I was like, I'll think about it. I wasn't going to think about it because I knew it wasn't older. Now this is 395 nanometer UV light. Nothing will occur. Now I'm going to show you 365. This is known as a long wave. And something amazing happens. It's not radium. It's just a different spectrum of light, UV light. And this tells me more than likely it's over 100 years old, in that it has manganese dioxide in it, which was a decolorant, and sometimes it would add purple to the glass. And I do this to show people how to find counterfeit. Why not counterfeit money? I mean, you want to do molten glass and burn yourself? Come on. He and his brother decided one day to make a Stirling motor. Is Spike too loud? Okay. So this is, I already did that, but this one I did not. So you're going to hold the unknown liquid. You have no idea what it is.
Oh, great.
It could hurt you.
Great.
Don't worry, I made it.
Is that still questionable?
UV Beast and unknown liquid. This is known as fluorescein. So, I have super strange eyes. I have vitiligo, which is, have you ever seen, we used to have this poster, Spotted Woman, Why Alive? Well, it affects my eyes. This is used with search, rescue, eye injuries, and vacuum leaks. It's like a gross brown liquid. But if I had an eye injury, and I'll show you in a minute. Oh, that's not the way I wanted it to come out.
What about us old?
But you will see these little, see down there? Let me move that.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And if you change the viscosity, it can stay like that forever. And it's non-toxic. It's actually right by your foot. See?
Oh, wow.
We're gonna do fire in the hole.
Fire in the hole!
I'm gonna
After I just talked about the dangers of carbon tetrachloride, it's cool, you're behind me. So I usually make Tesla coils. They're pretty simple to make. It's just 24 AWG copper magnetic wire with an enamel coating over 300 turns. Slows down the current, allowing it to build up inside the capacitor, therefore becoming wireless. And we'll heat this up.
What else you got planned for this weekend?
Okay, I can get this started. What up, Tank?
What?
Alright, I'm gonna do the thermodynamics. Let me know if that catches fire, but whatever. Actually, that can go
So bad.
as far as I want it. Because, and it's warm. Ready? Feel. Feel.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Let's see. The adult man-child who broke all my Tesla coils also broke this. Wait, let's get it going. My pistons are out of alignment because that's what he did. He like ran around the store and broke everything. I gotta get it just right.
You just want to sew each other together.
Super efficient.
You gotta learn about
Is this showing up? Like, can you see it okay?
Yeah.
This is a beta type or alpha type. I apologize. This is beta, low heat, low torque. And these are easy to make. I made this one. That one I did not. My husband bought that, made it. And yeah, beautiful. Low torque. Now you get to Aurora Borealis. Okay, ready to see my eyes? Here's where a tree fell on me. And you're gonna electrocute me. What I'm going to do. How about you?
Okay.
River, this is not a gun, I always tell people, because this I didn't make. The ones I make have an iPhone hookup, etc. So. Ah! Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just kidding. Keep going. Okay? And this. Ready? Alright.
Yay.
And keep going. And basically, it smells like burnt hair.
Because it's burning
It
hair.
is burning.
Yeah. I was choked. Hold this. I'm going to show it to you. Now, usually I get rocks and crush and run with the UV Beast, which is high powered, which is over there. But we're going to show you. That is a ruby, and that's what they do. Wait, I can do this. Is that better?
Yeah.
And UV Beast, or UV light, I'm sorry, black light, in gravel, you can come across things that glow. It lets you see things that you would normally see. This is a seashell, and as you can see, it's normal. Okay, you hold it. Not like that! I'm kidding.
Like, not like that?
No.
Wow.
Ooh,
Isn't it beautiful? Fuzzy. Yay.
that's crazy.
Isn't that cool? And it's naturally occurring. And let's see if it changes color with the
That
long
is
wave.
beautiful.
It turns orange.
Oh no. Wow.
So that shows you differential. Now, I'm going to lecture you if you collect radium glass. Less heat is better. It's uranium isotope iron oxide added to give it the beautiful color. But if you have these clocks, do not run them for the love of God.
I thought it would be a good idea
Ever.
to be back there.
When it separates from the binding, it breaks down to radon gas, from there to lead, and so on. Okay, so when it separates from the binding, it breaks down to radon gas, from there to lead, and so on. This is an actual World War I watch handle. And on the back, you can see what happened, which I'll get the light on. That's her on her deathbed, and I didn't even see that hand. I was like, ooh. This, I did some research. I believe they were watch repair people. They would keep the can of paint under the desk. It's alpha, beta, gamma, so the alpha particles, when ingested, destroy your calcium. Definitively, they do not know about beta, whether it can go through the skin. Definitively. Gamma, that's like an x-ray. So, that's a goiter. It destroyed her thyroid. But anyway, I think that jacked up his leg.
That was from making those watches with those little hands.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah.
And
The clock's right there.
that is called Uberlite. Recently discovered, Lake Michigan. And what's in it, Ken? Uberlite, is it calcite? It's a form of calcite. Yes, it's embedded in the rocks, Lake Michigan. Yeah. So that's pretty. And then we turn on this one.
Oh wow.
This is a long wave, and
that one's cool.
now we're going to make her into a musical instrument. Okay, hold on. Down. This one now. Give me your forehead. Ready? And now touch the bowl. Like tap it with your fingers. It's interference.
Well, my mom said I always interfered her.
So this is actually a theremin. But this interferes. So that's your mute.
Oh, wow.
And then being a theremin, you can't really do this. I can do the bird noises. That's methyltrexate. All kinds of. They don't know what's wrong with me, man.
That's methyltrexate.
Okay, so I drop things. That's what I do. You're gonna show me where the volume is. This is called Dance of the Demon, and it's something Victor Arden. So anyway. So where's the volume? You're too young. You kids, ready? So this is funny. I wound it up and I didn't realize because I was talking that the people were deaf. So come here. You're gonna touch it right here. I don't care if you scratch your record. Touch it right there lightly. You feel it? Resident. They were very happy once I realized they were deaf, and I can say that I was born deaf.
Yeah.
And electroshock therapy. So this is so cool. I drove down here at 3 in the morning. This is an electroshock therapy machine. Sorry. My eyes are... Anyway, these were wet. Put on your head. We have all the parts in here. But voltage, on off, contact. So the two holes in the back, where are they? Right here. That drove me nuts. That's not a good word to use when we're talking about electroshock therapy, I guess. But anyway, it drove me nuts. I drove down here, it was like 3 in the morning to try and figure it out. 1.5 volt dry cell, very low current, and the doctor had hardwired it to 120 volts of alternating current. Most likely killing people. And it's sad, some of the treatment, like James Watts and Walter Freeman.
Watts?
Yeah, Watts. Not
Oh,
that
appropriate.
Watts. Not that Watts. But they did the transorbital class lobotomy, the Kennedy girl that was jacked up.
The Grail? You
The
found
Holy
Grail?
freaking Grail.
Really?
Of things that are not for
I always
sale,
thought it was a
that's
cup.
definitely one of them.
Dr. Cotton, you explain, and then I'll tell him about the suicide with his kids.
Dr. Cotton was the superintendent at Trenton Psychiatric Hospital, and he believed that insanity was caused by infection. So the first thing he would do is have all the teeth removed. So now that didn't cure him. So then he would start on other things, and he would go into gallbladder, things that you could live without. And then later on, he started going in deeper and taking out, he would take out like gallbladder, ovaries, testes, that sort of thing. And he would work his way to basically where he would end up killing the patient. Well, he skewed all his research papers that if they're dead, they're not insane anymore. So they're cured. So for years, it was, I believe it was in the 50s when they finally stopped pulling all the teeth at Trenton. And there was a lot of places that. But these are all collected papers from Trenton. They're all basically what they were is out of different books. They were all collected from Cotton. So you have
I have syphilis right here. Well, yeah, I'm wording it wrong. Okay, so get them.
okay.
But syphilis pits your skull on the inside. Hello.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
What does syphilis?
I'm here. Is that what you
See, I don't have syphilis.
Was there a question?
This is Fred Gray and Martin Luther King. I can't see. Which one's... Okay, that's
Martin Luther King,
Martin,
Fred Gray.
The Tuskegee experiment was fascinating. Civil rights attorney, Fred Gray, still alive today. It was supposed to last 2 weeks. It went on for what, 40 years or something? This is the official report, but they were saying to these folks that were poor, usually black, and it was in Alabama. Was it in Alabama?
Well, you do it too.
He sued them. He won. He got this shut down, but they were not treating them, and penicillin would have cured syphilis. And your average white, rich person, or not so rich, your normal person, who was not black and lived in this area, would not get that treatment if you were part of the experiment, even though they said they were giving them a treatment for it. And you think about congenital syphilis, which means...
So what were they doing? Just wanting to see how syphilis decayed the body? So they were...
diagnosis versus white and black. This is Sweet George, and it says description of child.
Oh, love Canada.
No. Oh, you do? I'm going to put him back in here. He was super helpful, and he died here because he got committed, and that's usually what happened. Let's see. Eastern State Institution for the Feeble-Minded and Epileptic. He didn't have epilepsy. He was a lower IQ. Who cares? And then that's his application for admission. The worst thing is they used to utilize, I don't know about Pennhurst, but I know in Utica, New York, what's called a Utica crib. And it's basically a wicker thing or a wood box, and you lay in it, and it has aeration, and then they lock you in it. And it was about this far. And they would leave you in there for days.
So what do you do then? So you make art out of the mannequins?
I make art out of mannequins. Yeah, mannequin art. I had a lot of mannequins, so anything I have in quantity, you know, it's turns into its raw materials for art. You know, cameras. I had too many dolls, so I started making camera babies. You know,
That was cute.
I don't have too many mannequins, but I understand about making art out of them.
it started out with a creepy doll photography project. And then I had about 300 dolls. So then I started making things out of the dolls, and then, you know, dolls is the gateway drug to mannequins. So it turned into mannequins, and I just started making lamps and tables and things out of them.
Like the doll head on
Doll
the
head
hand.
lamp. And yeah.
You can't ever stop someone's imagination.
I had a lot of bunny heads at one point. I don't know why. Like,
That one's crazy. He's climbing up.
come here.
I see there are a lot of things in this store I'm gonna like. Get it? It's an eyeball. It's amazing, the stuff though.
Yeah.
What I like is it's not like sometimes you just go to an oddity shop and it's just like taxidermy and like it's just like a one-dimensional thing, and like the fact that there's stuff like tiki mugs and medical stuff and taxidermy and uranium glass. It's really cool. Yeah, the variety. Oh, breakdancing squirrel.
He's fine. He just needs a little water. He's a little different.
Yeah. I've been contemplating. I gotta find like 300 ducks. You know how people do the ducking, the Jeeps, and they use the little rubber ducks?
Right.
I just want to get little ducklings and leave them on everyone's Jeep. And people are like, can I kill the idea of ducking Jeeps by using real ducklings? That is the question.
I don't own a Jeep.
So,
Imagine showing up and you think you get a cute rubber ducky and there's a taxidermy baby duckling on here.
I mean, but
Just-
maybe if it has like a party hat on.
Maybe a party hat to keep it.
better.
Little top hat.
Oh, each of them can have different hats.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like when I have like a showgirl hat.
Old Duco cement, yeah. I love some of the old bottles, the medical stuff. This is a case like I want to make for my beautiful
Dental
wife.
Scotch snuff.
It ties into her 9 to 5. I'm not going to say what it is, but building a case like this would tie in.
Give me one.
And it's set up cool. Like, we have some taxidermy. Behind you always some medical. We have some funeral stuff over here. But mixture of cool, like with how everything's layered. It's so beautiful. The dolls with the taxidermy. Plus, we have a cute cat. Could you go any? I mean, this is amazing.
It's a trap.
Don't do it. It's a trap. Those look a little rusty for me to put my hand in. Oh, and unicorn coin-op machines too.
I bet you is it Jupiter. These are people that we were gonna have Kreskin here, but we didn't be the one to kill him with the COVID when that hit. You know, he lives in Jersey. He's now deceased.
Yeah.
First State of Fear. Angela Lansbury, who's a friend of Frank's friend, who anyway ended up with that. Of course, Fred Gray, Martin Luther King, and then we just saw these guys the other day.
Where'd you see them?
Oh, in Philly, they did a show. And he gave us a coin, which is up there. We were sitting there, and he slides over these 2 coins, and I'm like, oh. And that's us in the newspaper. That freaked him out. We had to take Lizzie to the news journal. Kind of weird.
Yeah, instead of them coming to see Lizzie
Well,
here, they
did,
had...
but he was all spooked out because he's LED lights. 5 below sells them cheap.
Yeah.
The heck?
Got me enough times with that.
I know.
Yes,
Our
good
bag at
kitty.
that time 'cause we were in Florida.
Do you guard
So
guard
taking
the...
it, we're just trying to, we're just like
the
It's
casket?
doing the green, and it also did a different.
You gotta love when you see, like, carnival punks, the knockdowns.
I think ours was like it's this.
So she told us about these. I don't know if everything else that's chained up is because it's haunted or what. I gotta ask. 'Cause I like some of this stuff. The little clown Jack in the Box.
Not quite as good as that. No.
The stuff that's in with the fire extinguishers, why is the other stuff in there locked?
This stuff. This is the autopsy. It's the morgue drain at Marlboro Psych.
Okay.
Behind it is some animal bone we found. We don't hurt animals ever. And supposedly Ken feels that's haunted.
So is this haunted stuff that's staying, just hanging out in this case as
yes,
well? We're looking at the Jack in the Box and stuff.
Oh, that
like
thing, this poor lady, post-traumatic stress. And I let a kid have the box and play with it in here, and he wouldn't be near it, but like he played with it for a little bit, but it would go forwards and backwards, and I make music boxes. But this thing, no matter what you do, it'll just pop up at random intervals. It was in here, it popped up. So it's just going to stay in there. I can actually show you a photo that we cannot explain, or text it to you, or airdrop it to you, that Dr. Lou from Rockwood Museum and Gardens took. So this was in that room, but now it's not a great photo because Dr. Lou had an Android. But the test photo, it was 68 degrees with the cat. Seconds later, he took another photo, and it's 72. And there was nothing in the room but an unfinished toy box. And if you zoom in, it kind of looks like a face.
Yeah.
And we had full blackout curtains.
I thought it was like one of those things you learned in school, like fucking the Easter Bunny. I didn't know grandpas were actually a thing.
And if skulls might be a little too much for you, you could get a Pringles necklace. Everything in here is so cool.
No!
You were very nice in science for me, so I wanted to do
I did that with a
stuff
lot
for
of
you.
people. I would have done it for these.
Yeah, but they don't do stupid stuff. I do. So what we have here is a 12-pound bowling ball. Going back to the early 1900s sideshow, strongmen would have ear things they would pick up heavy items with. I happen to have stretched earlobes. They say it takes 8 pounds of pressure to tear off a human earlobe. You're 12 pounds, so it's not enough weight to tear off an earlobe yet. What we're gonna do is use crystal force, double the weight of this bowling ball by spinning as fast as I can, increasing the weight, and we'll see what happens.
Oh my goodness.
Pick up the ear.
That is
Don't hit any cars.
You're nuts. I love it.
And that is some stupidity for you as a thank you.
Hello.
That store is amazing. Wow. In fact, it's a store, a little bit museum.
Yep.
We got a science show.
Oh my god.
Ken and Beth were such a nice people. In case you can't see from the sun on our faces,
We were there for a while.
besides filming, we just hung out there way past their closing, talking to them, telling stories. This shop is amazing. I love it. I love it so much. Thank you, Beth and Ken, for being so hospitable to us coming to your store.
Yeah.
We had a great time. I can't wait to come again. This place is amazing. So if you are passing anywhere near Philly, anywhere near Baltimore, New York, it is worth the trip to come down. Wilmington, Delaware. We're in just a little north of that. Come to the Oddporium. This spot is amazing. I can't speak highly enough. We got a little bag of stuff that even though after we close the video, when we get home, we will give you a little tour of our mini haul. We don't have the budgets I dream of my collection, but we get cool stuff even though. And I think we can call it though.
I think so.
The Oddporium. Been there, done that. Remember folks, safe travels
Goodies.
and live life. So we made it home. I told you, once we're home, I'll show you all the cool stuff we got. And boy, did we get some cool stuff. First, we purchased some things and they were very nice and they gave us some things. So Joy was looking at bottles because Joy's been thinking about getting an apothecary bottle collection, and they gave us this old bottle. I don't know when it's from, but what's cool about it is the metal top unscrews and then it does have a glass stopper. Like I said, anything for our collection. Our oddities collection is pretty vast. It is not just taxidermy dead stuff. So cool old bottles are cool. And from that, the bottle that Joy was looking at. From 1930s, milk and magnesium. We really like the blue color. Cool bottle. Joy likes bottles. I like more weird stuff. And they gave us some good weird stuff. So, where the Oddporium is about 30 miles away, I would say, maybe even less, than H.H. Holmes, America's first serial killer, but then quotes, as some people say he's not, his grave. So they gave us 2 little bottles with dirt from H.H. Holmes' grave. We actually have dirt from celebrities' graves that we usually get, so I'm not going to put this with the celebrity grave dirt that we have, but I'll put it on a shelf where I have some odd things that this will fit with. 2 more little things they gave us. They gave us this rock and this bottle of ooze, goo, ectoplasm, whatever you want to call it. Now, what is cool about these is, as you are seeing now, these glow under black light. You can notice the rock, all the colors, a little orange, and the small little jar with the green ooze really glows nice. Okay, moving on. Ken also gifted me something else, a little dark, a little sinister. No, it's not. Something that was actually very helpful for someone. You see, when you get older in life, sometimes you need a hip replacement. And that's what we have here. To me, it looks like the top of a coconut or a bowling ball. But this would be the part that would go bolted to your hip, and then the thing that would go into the femur would sit in here. So it's a ball and socket joint. This would be the part of the socket part that would go in the hip itself. I still think it reminds me of a little coconut. Alright, we're winding down. We're up to my 2 favorite things. In case you don't know, I am Joe Lunchbox. I am the New York City Condiment King. One of my early acts is performing sideshow, that is. I would eat Entenmann's chocolate chip cookies, dip them in A1 steak sauce to Cookie Monster, C is for cookie. So when I saw they had a prayer candle, that they made this, they take the A1 label off and attach to an old prayer candle, but now I have an A1 prayer candle. This is so amazing. I have my own little food shrine in our basement. Looks like a supermarket, odd collections, food shrine. This is perfect for that. Alright, and now the number one thing. Coming from the world of circus, coming from the world of odd, anything that we could fit in our circus themed areas of our house, we got it. The little dog standing with the 2 doll heads. That's right, a 2-headed human dog hybrid. I love it. Everything at that store was so cool. So yeah, Oddporium, awesome shop. We definitely would say you were in the Delaware area or around Philadelphia, because it's around there. Go check it out.